to Around the Metaverse, our weekly show. We bring together the best content creators from the Web3 gaming community, talk about all the recent news, and give you guys everything you need to know to stay up to date. My name's Adom. I'll be your host today, but more importantly, we've got an amazing group of guests for y'all as always. First and foremost, we've got CryptoStache in the house. How's it going, my friend? Oh, can you hear me, Stash? Hello.
Yo, I'm
Stash.
here. Yeah, I don't know. We're
Hey,
getting a
there he
little bit of
is.
lag here, but we're doing it. It's
The
Monday.
hurricane. The
Everything's on
hurricane.
fire. It's all burning. We're gonna burn
The
it.
earthquake
It's a
and the
hurricane.
hurricane.
It's an earthquake, and then fires. OpenSea's on fire. Bored Apes light laser eyes are just crushing it. I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't even know what is going on anymore.
Stash in the house. It's apocalyptic on this Monday.
NFT drought.
Over at
Let's
GIA headquarters,
go.
it's the apocalypse out there, baby. But no, we got an amazing group of guests for y'all today. A bunch of returning faces on this episode. First up, we got Kyle Willson, co-host over at Paul Barron TV and co-founder of Wildfire Guild and Alpha Media Labs. Kyle, happy to have you back on, man. How's it going today?
Man, it's going great. Recovering a little bit from being sick, but we're here. We're at it. Let's go. I'm thanks for having me on and excited to get into topics.
Hell yeah, man. Thank you for coming back on. Next up, we've got YellowPanther, our friend and fellow owned gamer, Web3 gaming content creator, also a part of Treasure DAO, and the partner marketing lead at Tales of Illyria. I got that right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. What is up, guys? Happy to be back and happy to chat with you guys more about today's topic. And thanks for having me.
Hell yeah. Thanks for coming on, YP. Happy to have you back. And last but certainly not least, we've got our friend MeeZees making his third appearance here on the show, I believe. Founder of Spawn Point Media. Happy to have you on the show, MeeZees. How's it going this fine Monday?
Surviving the Florida heat, everyone, but I'm gonna promise to keep it entertaining as always and cool here in my office at 65 degrees. But the content will not be cool. I always promise Stash to keep it funny. So
It's an
here
ice
we
box.
are. Not too many investor takes, I promise.
MeeZees is broadcasting live from the North Pole in his office where it's 65 degrees, guys. His electric bill in Florida is the highest out of anyone. He's ranked #1 on the FLP leaderboard. No, but we're gonna be talking about some cool things today, guys. Everyone hanging out in chat, thanks for sticking with us today. Looks like we've got Captain Jaxie, one of our senior agents in our community mod, here in chat with us today. Thanks for coming through. We're going to be talking about our creator royalties important with a big story here about Yuga Labs moving away from OpenSea as they just last Friday, I think, or Thursday, announced that they were going to be sunsetting their operator filter, which was a tool that they put in place for enforcing creator royalties on their marketplace. We're also going to be taking a look at Zynga coming in with their first Web3 game here. For those of you who don't know, Zynga is, I think, like #6 in terms of the largest mobile gaming producers and companies in the world.
Huge.
This might be dating a little bit, but Farmville and Words with Friends are their standout hits. I remember Farmville. Do you guys? I mean, at least that was my time coming up. Were you guys on Farmville?
No, I was not.
My parents were.
My parents were.
Yeah,
I know you
my
were on
parents
Farmville, bro.
Look at YellowPanther's face. He just in
honestly,
shock
I
there.
didn't, man. I never really played Farmville. I mean, everyone knows Farmville. They all know it. But no, I never played.
Come on,
man.
Zuck
Really.
didn't get you with Farmville. Zuck and Zynga
I played
didn't
it.
get you?
No.
I played it on Facebook, bro.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
Yeah.
OG. Are you old enough to have a Facebook?
20 minutes in.
Whoa.
20 minutes. Like
20 minutes.
as soon as
Well,
like,
alright,
hey, you
let's
want to
talk
unlock this
about-
with the key? I was like, nope, done.
Nope. As soon as there's a freemium transaction, Stash is out. That's it for him. He's like,
I
nope,
was sending people back to the lobbies in like Call of Duty or Halo or something. I don't know.
getting cursed at excessively in Modern Warfare 2 lobbies.
Market
No,
The old school
moves.
lobbies, yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about the big news of today's episode. Our creator royalty is important with OpenSea sunsetting their operator filter. And this isn't the end of creator royalties on OpenSea. It's just the end of the ability to completely enforce them for NFTs created on OpenSea through their protocol. and which is a lot of NFTs, and Yuga Labs and the Bored Apes coming out with a statement being probably the largest collection that is traded on OpenSea, saying that they're not going to support OpenSea any longer because of this decision, and they're going to be pulling their NFTs off the support for trading on OpenSea out. Which I mean, being the largest, Bored Ape Yacht Club being the largest, I think, NFT collection on Ethereum, leaving the largest NFT marketplace on Ethereum is pretty significant news here. And I don't know how OpenSea is gonna fare from this. In all honesty, I want to get your guys' opinions on if this is significant or not, and if created royalties are important. Stash, let me start with you. I mean, do you think this is a significant event happening here for the Ethereum NFT space and all NFTs in general?
This is huge. I think that people are maybe even downplaying how big this event actually is, right? So, is it easy to try and enforce creator royalties upon every collection? It's not. It's not. But with the money and the time that OpenSea has had here, they should have been working on this for years already. So it's a huge misstep, I think, for them in a larger long-term goal. Really, all these things should have been built in at the protocol level. When ERC 721 and 1155 are both created, creator royalties should be at that built in. So there's no way of skirting them. So if you want to use an NFT standard, that has to be enforced. And other chains that have kind of been built after Ethereum do have those creator royalties enforced like that. That's one of the things I always really liked about the Wax blockchain. Yeah. It just never caught on, right? Now when you look at Bored Apes leaving because of this, dude, this is like 50% of the transaction volume, if not more sometimes, on OpenSea. Think about how many millions of dollars in royalty fees that OpenSea is going to lose because of this. Like it blows my mind. They even do this. Like I understand. Oh, it's hard to keep this, and they're basically just saying, we don't really want. It's too hard. We don't really want to try and keep doing this, so we're just going to get rid of it and stop it because we just, we're trying to work with people and they just don't care. So we're just going to give up. Like they're throwing in the towel. And you know what this is going to be? This is going to be the nail in the coffin for OpenSea, and because all it takes is for Yuga to say, all right, guys, we're leaving, which they did. And so what are they going to do? They're just going to leave? No, they're going to go create their own marketplace where you'll be able to trade Bored Ape Yacht Club with the fees involved, the creator royalty fees involved. And then they're going to open up that marketplace for everybody else to list their NFTs too with the same royalties guaranteed. And every single NFT creator is going to flock to that marketplace and leave everywhere else because they want to get their royalties. The only people who don't want royalties on NFTs are the freaking degens that are trading and flipping these things on the regular, just trying to gamble on this stuff. That's the only people. Everybody else wants it. Everybody else. They will regret this.
And I mean, you say this is the nail in the coffin for OpenSea, but I mean, sometimes it sort of seems like this might be the nail in the coffin for creator royalties to me, because like I think I remember when creator royalties, like when the I feel like, I mean, anyone in chat watching or you guys here, correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I remember Yacht Marketplace on Solana was like one of, if not the first to like spark we're building a marketplace that's going to let you circumvent the fees that are built into NFTs, that had been built into NFTs at that point. And then like that had been done as an afterthought, where they built something new around the existing technology of the protocol to just circumvent the fees. So like if they're going to build it in the protocol, I guess I'm not a technical expert, but like won't people be able to find a way to just circumvent it? And then like, I mean, MeeZees, let me ask you,
no, that's what I'm saying. If it was built into the protocol, and they were and these NFTs were minted using those protocols, they could not get around that. So if 721 or 1155 had that built in the base, you literally just could not list those NFTs on your platform without honoring that. And that's exactly how it should be built, but isn't. Now Yuga could go and do that. They could create their own standard and say, hey, all the NFTs got to be this, or if they're because you think about it, like people want to be where the visibility and the action's at. If there's no Bored Apes, and there's no mutants, and there's no dog pound, or like all the other, there's so many, like there's no other side on OpenSea, who's going to use it? They'll all go to use Yuga's marketplace for sure.
Exactly. And I'm a big degen blur trader, and they actually enforce royalties through the platform. And this is just the start of the death of OpenSea. As Stash said, I'm with him here, and he's onto something with Yuga. There's a seed deck floating around the internet that was leaked that said Yuga's trying to build an ecosystem of games, a marketplace of games, and the partnerships you're seeing with studios is just the beginning. So what is going to come next? Boom, a marketplace to trade. And they have the biggest, most active community of NFT traders. And if Stash is right, 50% of NFT trades, that number equates to $125 million of NFT trades in the last 30 days that are going to move off OpenSea. Dead.
I mean, yeah, it sounds like OpenSea's in kind of hot water. It sounds like the sea is hot right now.
Yeah, it
over
is. It's
there.
on fire.
No water.
Kyle, let me ask
Literally.
you, man. I mean, like, what? The part of the reason I mean, it does sort of seem like how Stash said they are kind of throwing in the towel, but part of their reasoning is that like most of the trading volume that they saw in their marketplace already was happening in NFT collections, aside from major. Well, at least they're claiming to say that a lot of trading volume is happening outside of the creator royalty fees already, which I mean isn't false necessarily. Like how hard is it going to be for them to try and enforce it aside from doing so? Like what's OpenSea's next move here? Is this it for them?
Yeah, there's a lot to unpack there, but I do believe that I feel like OpenSea has always been kind of late. I mean, they let Blur take a lot of market share, and we it's like we kind of knew this moment was going to come eventually, and it did. And it's like, well, hello, and now they're reacting again here. So again, I just don't see OpenSea being the main contender for long term. And I even see games like you guys mentioned games just a minute ago. That's going to carry a lot more volume than all these NFT projects out there. And that's going to be like the number one like cash cow generator. And, if Yuga Labs is building a marketplace, partnering with games, like forget about it. Like that's going to be the number one marketplace. Like gamers are going to go to where the action is. And, game studios are going to make sure they're getting royalties so they can build more stuff and give value back to their community. And the community is going to in turn support that because they're getting value from the game that they're playing. And it's just this flywheel mechanism in the marketplace. And, there's already protocols out there that build in royalties. And so, yeah, this is kind of early stages. It's too early to say like what exactly will happen. But I think what we're seeing play out is kind of what was predicted, a year or two ago. And just wait for these games to start popping off and all this transaction, gamers jumping into the space and really like buying up all these like cosmetics or whatever. I just don't see the degens holding up these marketplaces forever. So that's just my opinion on it.
Yeah, and it's funny to think about like how many times on this show have we talked about like, oh, here's OpenSea doing another thing that's completely like here's OpenSea caught red-handed again, insider trading, or OpenSea.
Yeah, man.
Like,
there's been a string of a lot of stuff. Like they've had such a huge advantage. It's just crazy, man. I don't get it.
A lot
much money.
of negative headlines for OpenSea. YellowPanther, man. I mean, why do you think this is such an issue for people particularly? I mean, why do you think one, people don't want to pay creator royalties for NFTs, and two, why do you think it's like? I mean, do you think it's important that NFTs have creator royalties, and if so, why or why not?
100%, man. Like that's the main reason why we encourage NFTs in the first place, and why all these digital collectibles are so important. We have to support the creators, right? Without the creators, there's no collection. Without the collection, there's no all of the other things, right? But it's actually very funny because I don't know, man. I haven't been trading on OpenSea for more than a year now since Blur and other stuff came out, and it's just crazy. And part of me, for me personally, that I trade on Blur and stuff like that is because of lower marketplace fees, and as well as you can choose whether you want to give royalties or not. And I always choose to give a percentage of royalties. And it's just crazy how like in Web3 there's so many mistakes, right? Like the Azuki mint with elementals, it was a mistake. And then what happening with OpenSea right now is another mistake, right? It's like people do not actually, I don't know who signed off these ideas, right? Like the upper management or whoever is signed off these ideas is just crazy to me. So I don't know, but ultimately creator royalties has to be implemented. It has to be there. If not, why are we in Web3? Why are we supporting creators the way we are supporting them? And ultimately, I think, like you guys say, I truly think that even let's just take Bored Ape out of the picture, right? Parallel has been trending on OpenSea. They have not moved into Base yet, which is the Coinbase new blockchain. If they were to successfully integrated Base and then move out of OpenSea, you would not see more volume there already. So that's my take.
Well, yeah,
They're so late. It's like almost awkward. Like, why would like this creator talk and then to come out and say something negative for creators? It's kind of like, why? It's just awkward in my opinion.
Yeah,
why
no,
be,
and
man?
you're right on, man. And YellowPanther said the same thing. Like, who's making these decisions? What moron?
Yeah, literally.
came up with this plan?
Yeah,
I
you
mean, I'm
guys are
serious,
gonna
what
lose
moron
your
came up with this?
biggest
Like,
client.
hey guys,
Okay.
this is a great plan. Let's put this into place. What they could have done is that, dude, you could have thrown everybody else under the bus and said, hey, we've been trying to work with XYZ, these exchanges. They refuse to support creator royalties, but us at OpenSea, we are here and we're going to continue to strive to get creator royalties, and we're never going to give up until we get it. So you guys go put pressure on these other guys to make sure that they follow suit. That's what I would have done. And then still maybe probably sunset it if you absolutely need to. Because why do you absolutely need
So funny.
like what is it hurting to have that feature right now? Is it really hurting your platform to have it? No, it's already built.
No, exactly.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's like literally whoever signed off on this decision at OpenSea is the same person like who hired all those people who were insider trading, and it's like
Fired.
Yeah. Another bad decision on OpenSea's behalf. I don't understand how. Well, what do you guys think is the end goal here? Because like, do you think like is there ever going to be a marketplace where or do you think that NFT trading will move away from Ethereum to a place where, like Stash said, a protocol is enforcing NFT royalties, or like is it always
I have
just
to
going to
say
be
something.
a cluster? Go on, yet YP.
Like, I think I started off with Axie, and then up till today, Axie is enforcing the royalties and marketplace fees. So I personally think that Ronin or like some other chain like Magic Eden or Immutable, they will support. They will continue to support creators and enforcing these fees to help these games to continue building and also get more revenue in a way or two.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, we'll see
games,
people abandon ship. Essentially, abandon
ship, baby.
The games will be where the creator royalties are paid because they desperately need the money to fund the games.
Well, yeah, and speaking of games too, interestingly enough, that's a good segue onto our next topic here. We're going to be talking about Zynga, and I'm sure they wouldn't want to. I'm sure they're on the side of we want the fees, because that's what their entire model forever has been built on, and I'm sure that's part of the reason why that they're getting interested here in Web3. Zynga, like you mentioned earlier, probably the 6th largest or 5th largest right now mobile game developer in the entire world. Coming in with their first or announcing their first title here, that's going to be a Web3 title called Sugar Town, where these little creatures are basically transported into a world, and you're going to be able to mint these auras that you'll be able to collect, which is a very Farmville. It sounds like it's going to be very Farmville-esque to me, and like as someone who again came up on the Facebook Farmville era, like in terms of one of the few mobile games I've ever liked or participated in, like I'm gonna mint one of these auras. I want to get your guys' opinion on why Zynga is doing this move now, and if you think this Sugar Town is going to be a hit or just like something that kind of fades into the background. Kyle, let me start with you. I mean, we've seen massive hits from Zynga before, like Words with Friends and Farmville. I mean, do you think that like this Sugar Town could be, or Sugar Town and Zynga could be like the first kind of massive, everyone is like your mom and your grandma, or your more tech-abled grandmas, are they going to be playing Sugar Town?
Man, it's hard to say. It seems like they're just going to go after the Web3 crowd at first. I don't know exactly what the in-game dynamics are going to be at all. It could be like Farmville if it is. It could be have some mainstream appeal. Zynga's like obviously they're not new to gaming and figuring out what mobile game, like how it triggers like psychology. So you want to keep playing the game. They're not new to that. So they're going to figure out, what works best, what's fun, hopefully. And then put, obviously some incentives for Web3 users and gamers out there so we can have some value back and continue to play the game. So I'm just hoping for the best. I don't know what to expect here. So, I got done testing Reckley, guys. You guys know that one was pretty fun. Was a fun game loop. And I'm not necessarily a Farmville type, so it's going to be hard to say. I didn't grow up on it, and I was more of just a, shooter kind of guy. So, hopefully the game's fun. I'm excited about it. The art looks good. I did notice that it seems like it feels a little, degen-ish, and I like that. The cartoon, the graphics. I don't know. It looks fun to me, and I'm definitely gonna play it and try it out.
This is also maybe dating. Not to say dating myself, but like I don't know if anyone here is gonna like know this, but the art reminds me of like. Do you guys know those old PC games? It's like Spy Fox is one of them, and then like there's one with like I can't remember the names of the other ones, but it's like Spy Fox, and then there's like one about like Goldfish or something like that. I don't know, but it reminds me of these old PC game graphics. That never mind. No one. Maybe if someone in chat knows what I'm talking about, give a thumbs up. But
I know what you mean, bro. I know
Oh,
what you mean.
GG, bro. Yeah.
YP knows what I mean. But MeeZees, let me get your opinion. I mean, like, why do you think Zynga is making this move now? I mean, do you think it was like they saw, like, do you think there's something happening in the mobile gaming space that they identified and were like, all right, this is the time. It's time to launch our first Web3 game. And like, why is it like? Why do you think it's important that they're launching a Web3 game? Like, why is it important to them that they're launching a Web3 game based kind of on what we were just talking about creator royalties and things like that?
Why is Zynga going to Web3? Well, Take-Two Interactive, which owns Zynga, has been investing quietly with me into Web3 space for over a year. So they've been watching it and participating because customer acquisition costs in games is going up, and they have no data on their customers now based on privacy laws. So Web3 unlocks a couple things. In theory, higher average revenue per user. They have really new, exciting ways to monetize. And the big Web2 publishers love the ability to build a community. So they're doing it very much the right way with the mayor of the town. And I got it WoW listed, so I'm going to mint and can report back how it goes. But I know Tommy, the head of product of Web3 over there, have a call with them later this week. They've been studying it for over 2 years. So they're going to do things very authentically. It's just a whole new market of gaming, and they want to be where gamers are. And that's everywhere. So they're going to come, and others will follow, in my opinion.
Well, and like it's a good point that you just said. They want to be where gamers are, and so that's particularly why I'm sure they're doing.
Well, then why are they getting into Web3?
I guess they're waiting on it. They're waiting on the gamers to show up.
Well,
waiting.
No, I mean it's about understanding the future,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's better to be first than last, right? At least they can say they're, making a big push in the mobile space. No one else has been impactful.
If you're not first, you're last.
That's right.
Yeah, Ricky Bobby, man.
Can't be 2 number ones. That'd be 11.
Ricky Bobby, man. Shake and bake, baby.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
But no,
I do that one all the time, man. Like randomly, I do that, and people are like, "What is he doing?" I'm just like,
well, you make the counterpoint of like, there's no gamers in Web3, but and MeeZees making the point of like, it's maybe a good thing to be one of the first people coming out to put out a Web3 mobile game like this, and mobile gaming being like. Not being being the largest mode of gaming there is. Do you think that this is the first kind of domino to fall in the mobile gaming space? Like Zynga being the publisher that they are, the producer that they are, like, are we going to start seeing, all of the other big mobile gaming companies basically make Web3 games? And are we going to have NFTs in every mobile game from now on? YP, what do you think?
I don't think so, because it's already happening. Because Stella Fantasy, they already just launched their mobile. Mighty Action Hero just launched their mobile. what else? Champions Arena, the new title from Gala Game, mobile. So many mobile games are coming into the pipeline and into crypto gaming / Web3 gaming. So I'm just super excited, and it's actually the right market because a lot of the people in Southeast Asia, the whole of Asia, is actually a lot of them are mobile gamers, and I don't know how they do it, but they're just super crack on mobile.
Everyone loves
I don't know how they do it,
microtransactions.
man. These motherfuckers are crack on mobile, dude. I can't
Dude,
do
I
it,
can't,
man.
dude.
I got
Like,
big ass
There's
fingers,
such
and
a
I just
small
hit them.
screen,
Like,
and
what?
they're like FPS. It's like, and you get sniped on. I'm like, what the heck is going on? How do
No, well,
it's just
I mean,
crazy.
that's why I've never been a fan of like particularly mobile, like the mobile versions of like FPS games and things like that. I mean, I
Yeah,
get cooked normally in FPS
but
games. Like, I get cooked twice as hard on mobile,
fun fact, like some of these FPS games, such as Farlight 84 as well as PUBG, these games are very highly competitive in Southeast Asia. Especially so the prize pool, the active community. At least there's more than like 5 figures of people watching on a weekly basis. So it's better than us in Web3. So
Well, yeah, and
yeah.
it's funny. We YP Stash and I were looking at Twitch a while back to like see the most popular games that were being played, and I probably 5 out of 10 of the top games are mobile games, and those mobile games are like PUBG Mobile India or something like that, being I think
Yeah.
like ranked top 3, which to me was crazy. And Stash, let me ask you, like, one, do you think that mobile gaming, this trend is going to continue where we see mobile gaming being the dominant mode of gaming, or is it ever going to like, will there ever be a time in the future where that's not the case from this point on? And like, when do you think, like, when do we see NFTs in PUBG or PUBG Mobile, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think that mobile games will continue to dominate just because the access to them is so easy and there's such a wide variety. Most people that play on PC or play on console, they're not really super interested in hyper casual games. So you can net a lot more people with these hyper casual games. So it makes sense. But when you talk about all mobile games going to Web3, I honestly think that mobile game producers or developers, they risk a little bit less of their reputation making a game that has NFTs or Web3 components in it than like a legacy publisher, something like a Blizzard, Activision, or some Ubisoft, who already tried it and got a lot of flack, or a couple of these big guys who are making these big PC titles. For some reason, I feel like web or like mobile gamers would be more accepting of some of this stuff because they're already kind of used to like the pay to win as it just being a default for mobile games. So I do think they kind of risk a little bit less of their reputation by creating a Web3 game. And so I think that just that alone is a good enough incentive for these companies to be looking at Web3. So it's not any surprise to me that Zynga has been looking at this for the last couple of years. Of course they have, man. This is a company that got to the top and has stayed at the top because they've been innovative and they've really led the charge when it comes to this next generation of mobile gaming. So will they be the ones that lead the charge with Web3 mobile gaming? I'm sure they will. I think they're really going to do that, and they'll put a spotlight on the rest of the games that are here in Web3 that are native that are doing the same thing, right? They're going to rise the sea here without OpenSea, and all the ships that are sitting on top, man, we're all coming up, and we're coming up with Zynga, and we're going to Sugartown, baby.
Going to Sugar.
Going to Sugartown.
Going to town, Sugartown.
Well, shout out WagMe Games in chat, man. They bring up a good point too about
WagMe
mobile
for
gaming.
sure. Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I played that game before. Yeah, that's a good one.
But
Let's go.
I mean, shout out them in chat right now. One thing they just mentioned was the rest of the world can't afford consoles and powerful PC builds, which is part of the reason why mobile gaming is so popular. And like, I mean, like that probably continues to at least some degree. And like, when do you think, is that going to put pressure on? Do you think that we're going to see the death of consoles at any point? Like, will it only be?
No, that's like luxury gaming, and I think that'll always exist. But everyone has a phone, and they're gonna get cheaper and cheaper and better and better. And it's all going to be about that seamless onboarding, and Wagme's figured it out, and others will figure out what they figured out. And there'll be NFTs in every game, I assure you.
NFTs in every game.
I agree. I don't think they're going anywhere.
Well,
Consoles, PCs, they're not going anywhere, man.
Nah.
We're holding it down. We always have been.
Yeah, I would generally agree. The accessibility is key. I think, you know, it's one less thing you have to worry about with mobile games like Stash. It's like, it's just easier, less risk. More accessibility means more gamers. So I think that's why you see a lot of these game studios getting into the space, is because they know they're going to have exposure, not just in one market, but a lot of markets, and they're going to have a lot of gamers coming to their games to try it out. And then especially if they get value out of the game, of course they're going to try the game. Like what we saw, I think it was at Thetan Arena, like back in the day, like people were playing it all over the world. Like, yeah, of course, you know, people are going to try the game out.
Well, I mean, Axie Infinity too, people were playing it all over the world, I feel like.
Yeah. And I talked to Jiho, and Axie is going to be continually innovating. So super bullish on Sky Mavis and Axie as well.
I don't know.
They got a lot of money.
Stash is here, MeeZee.
Yes, I wouldn't say that in front of
opinions. I do have a different opinion. I don't particularly like the management at Axie, and I don't think they're going to continue to innovate, man. They got stupid amount of money, but even with a stupid amount of money, you can still screw things up, and they're definitely demonstrated that. So.
Yeah, just like OpenSea.
Just like
OpenSea, exactly, man. Just because you're ahead and you have had and you got the advantage does not mean you can't blow it. It happens all the time in Web3. It's it's a story.
Well, so sure. if mobile, yeah, I mean, Axie Infinity is like, well, it's like I don't know that anyone is like praying for their demise, but
I'm not praying for the demise either. Look, I'm not over here saying I hope they lose. I don't.
No one is.
I'm just saying I don't particularly like what they've done or the direction they're going, and if anything is going to help that ecosystem, getting more games on Ronin is really the way to do that. If you really want to
that is what they're doing. Yeah, that is what they're doing. They've asked me to find games.
And I've given the credit. I've seen some great games, like Battle Bears is cool, and they got Machines Arena. There's a couple other games that are finally coming to Ronin that are actually quality games. Outside of the Axie IP, everything Axie IP is still shit.
I'm sending them some top games, and I hope they, support them with grants and otherwise, and get them off that chain in the launcher, because that is where a lot of players are on Ronin. A couple 100,000. So, whatever, we can
50,000.
Yeah, I'm more excited about the Ronin side of things. I've never been big on the Axie IP, and I get there's potential there, given the proper game and maybe to do a little bit more with the IP. I could see the potential there, but for the Ronin side, for the massive exposure of gamers, I think it kind of lies in that side of things for sure.
I never understood. I feel like there's a pivot for Axie the same way that like VFriends was going, where like the plush toy market. Like, why isn't Axie making like
they could have done this a long time ago. There's so many great opportunities that they just failed to take advantage of, man. Like so many.
Or like,
and the IP is just
Axie,
not there. I don't want to get back on Axie. I'm just saying, like in general.
No, what's not? Yeah.
Mobile games for sure there. I mean, Axie's helped to push that, but you can see, man, they're going to be losing that advantage when we see companies like Zynga coming through, who are the heavyweights swinging the big dick around and saying, "Hey guys, here we come, here we come."
That is
here
right.
We come. Sugartown's coming, baby. You better like your sweets.
We're coming to town. Sugartown.
You better have your
I love YP.
Pile. You're gonna have cavities after we're done with you here in Sugartown.
Oh my god.
No, I don't know. No, we'll see what Zynga puts out with this game. I definitely am interested in seeing seeing what it's gonna be. And I would keep an eye out for ways that they're, I'm sure, going to start announcing on how to potentially get in on one of these auras. I believe it's going to be a free mint. I'm not certain on the details of getting involved with it yet, though, so keep an eye on that. But we're going to move on to our last segment of the show here today, the lightning round, to go along with Zynga and Sugartown. I don't know that you're going to be able to say it's going to be the game you want to play forever, but I want to get your guys' opinion on if you could only play one game for the rest of your life, and it had to be a mobile game, what game would it be? We're gonna go in order of Kyle, YP, MeeZees, then Stash. So yeah, this is it. This is it. all of the consoles that your new PC stash that you just built, it's destroyed. It's destroyed in some kind of EMP that only targets like everything but cell phones. All consoles and PCs destroyed, wiped off the face of the planet. Kyle, you can only play one game. It's a mobile game. What are you playing for the rest of your life?
So I grew up as a console gamer and then a PC gamer shortly after. So I don't play mobile games, but I guess if I could like, well, there's Call of Duty, but I don't even play Call of Duty on mobile, but I guess it's like bingeable and I could play it for hours maybe. If I could convert Halo to mobile, maybe I'd do that. They might have a mobile game. I don't know. I'd love for one of those games to be like Web3. Then I would for sure play it forever.
That'd be cool.
I got one for you.
You gotta pick one, Kyle. You gotta pick a game. Come on.
We'll just say COD. We'll just go with that.
COD mobile, baby. COD mobile. All right. Well, MeeZees, you're up next, man. If you could only play one game for the rest of your life, it's got to be a mobile game. What game are you playing?
I'm going to shill one I'm on the board of. It is called Zula, Z-U-L-A. It has 2 million monthly active users, and it is going Web3. They're figuring out what chain now, and it's like Counter-Strike, so you may like that, Kyle. And then when I'm late at night and I have no brains, I play like Subway Surf and some new Web3 games. There's one called Clash Deck that's like soccer TCG strategy, really cool game that's coming out later this year. They beat FIFA Ultimate Team 23. Just some stuff to check out for the audience later.
Word. All right, YP, you're up, man. If you could only play one game for the rest of your life, it's got to be a mobile game. What are you gaming, man?
Clash of Clans.
Clash of Clans, baby.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
That's OG, man. That's OG.
That's OG. Yeah.
That's OG.
Oh god.
All right, Stash, you're up, man.
Don't make me do it.
Only one
Don't
game.
make me do it.
Only one game for the rest of your
You'll
life.
say
It's gotta be mobile. What game are you playing?
Oh.
Pokemon Go.
I'm gonna go with Angry Birds. I'm going OG with
Oh.
Angry Birds.
Ooh.
Just
Also
simple, hang out,
OG.
sling some birds
Yeah.
around. Done.
All right.
If I was gonna keep things OG, I would say Candy Crush, but I don't fuck that
Candy
game,
Crush
man.
sucked though. At least Angry Birds is somewhat entertaining.
Yeah,
You
no,
can play
Angry
with your
Birds.
mom.
Well, so I mean, Angry Birds is so popular as a game that it's transcended mobile games and has become like
It's like an IP. Yeah.
dude, yeah, you can go to
They did a
Top
whole
Golf
movie, bro. They got a movie.
play it.
Tell me
Yeah.
another mobile game with a
they
movie.
have it at Top
Movie is-
Golf.
It's a whole brand now. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's how
by
you
the
do
way,
IP,
the guy,
bro. Axie Infinity, take note.
yeah. Take
Okay.
note.
the guy that built Angry Birds is building a Web3 Grand Theft Auto, dude. It's called The Sprawl. My friend Robin. It's a really cool game coming out. But if you like Angry
Sick.
Birds, yeah.
Well, yeah. If I had to play one mobile game for the rest of time, it would probably drive me nuts. But it's the one I'm stuck on right now. It's Monopoly Go, and it's literally made by the Canadian devil himself. For all you South Park people out there.
Let me download it.
My guy Cade loves South Park.
That or so I mean this is a cop out, you know what I mean, for mobile game. Like it's not really a mobile game, but you can just download a Game Boy Advance emulator on your mobile phone. Is that a mobile game?
Well,
That
playing
sounds cool.
Pokemon ROMs,
No.
playing
That's to be
Pokemon
native
ROMs.
mobile. That doesn't count.
Okay. Well then yeah, Monopoly Go. But
You like that digital internet money, don't you?
dude, I am the
That Monopoly
property-
money.
Yeah, I'm bankrupting everyone else. I'm the king of Monopoly on my phone.
He's the dude. He's the dude buying like 10,000 cheeseburgers at McDonald's when the Monopoly game comes online, and is just trying to get that last sticker.
Yeah.
I know I could be a winner, guys. Just one more cheeseburger.
I'm
One
like
more big gulp.
Scrooge
Go.
McDuck in the game. No, but mobile games going to continue to be I think the dominant way people are gaming, at least across the globe. And doesn't seem like that's ever going to change here. I think, well, I'm a console gamer myself, so I hope that it doesn't force consoles to be put on the back burner and we start to see the bad side of mobile gaming continue to encroach upon PC games and console games and things like that. But I'm sure we'll continue talking about that on the show. We are running out of time here tonight, folks. So I want to thank you guys for joining us here on this Monday. Thank you guys for hanging out with us in chat who's still here. Before we leave, don't forget to go to the description and click on the links to these guys' profiles and give them a like and a follow as well. We're not going to be here next Monday because Secret Agent Stash is going on a super secret mission for the GIA.
Ooh.
Nice.
And so we won't.
Out of the office. They let me out.
Well, yeah, out of the office for 1 week. We'll be back the following week, or maybe not. Wait, is it 2 weeks? Are we gonna be gone for 2 weeks?
Yeah, not
2
not
weeks.
Wow,
no,
good for
yeah,
you,
no, 1
Stash.
week. 1 week. No.
What are we
1 month.
gonna do? What are we gonna
1 week.
watch, man?
Yeah, man. Like what
Next
the?
Monday I
No,
won't be here, but I'll
just
be
1
back
week.
like Wednesday or maybe Thursday
Yeah.
of next week.
Just 1 week. He'll be back from agent training in 1 week.
Thank you, King Stash.
But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us tonight, guys. MeeZees,
Yes,
YP,
appreciate
Kyle, thanks for coming on the show. This has been Around the Metaverse, guys. That's all we have for tonight. We out.
Peace.
We going to Sugar Town.
Yeah.